Alrighty guys, what is going up? I hope you guys are all having a great and an amazing day today. Now in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the top companies that are working towards the COVID vaccine. I know this is a little different video, but the reason why I wanted to share it is because if that's say one of these companies get this vaccine, that company's stock is going to go through the roof. So I felt like I should make this video because there's a lot of companies that I do think we should keep on watch. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and overall, I hope you guys learned something. And if you have any questions, go ahead and ask them down below. Don't forget, you guys can sign up with Mumu and literally get a free stock just by signing up. That will be down below as well. So let's jump into it. Roll the intro. Let's go. Bam! Alrighty guys, so the very first one here I do think we should keep on watch. That's what I'm saying when getting into these. Do I think you guys should go out and buy all of these? Absolutely not. I do think that a lot of these definitely have a lot of long-term potential, especially if they hit the vaccine. Imagine a company getting this vaccine, a vaccine that, has put millions of people out of jobs, making millions of people sick. A company that comes up with this is gonna make a ton of money, and it's gonna make the stock skyrocket. So the very first one I do think we should keep on watch is ticker symbol NVAX. This stock was on a downward trend before we had this beautiful reversal here. The reason why I was on a downward trend here, you guys can see this 200 moving average line, which is that yellow line right here. You guys can clearly see that the trend of it is down. Once we get a break over it like we did here, this is a overall trend reversal. So now the stock went from around $16 all the way up, hitting highs at $111. Look at this volume spike. These are in millions. So this whole thing before, the stock was barely traded, and now, boom. So right now, I do think that this stock is overvalued because there is no cure for this virus. There is, these are only the companies working on it. So if that's say these companies go out and hit this vaccine, I do think certain companies are going to definitely go up in value, but it's going to be super risky if you guys are buying it before, trying to pick which company is going to go out and buy. I do think it's pretty risky in that state. Because if that's say you guys got into this stock at $101, and let's say this INO goes out and they actually find a cure, that's going to make the stock fall down. So I do think you guys should wait. 90% of investing is, timing the market. And waiting. So now the next one here is INO. Very similar territory. Stock was trading, in between $2 and around $6. That is that resistance, that support. Now look at this growth. It's absolutely crazy on how fast all of these stocks are going up. You guys can see it's a pharmaceutical company. I definitely think that a lot of these are going to squeeze down once this whole virus or once this whole vaccine kind of gets found, but it's gonna take time, and I do think that there's certain stocks that are definitely gonna go up, but this is definitely one to keep an eye on here. The next one here is ticker symbol PFE. For a second I couldn't even read. This one is on a downward trend, but they are putting a little bit of their money towards finding this whole vaccine. This stock does pay a dividend. This stock does pay a lot of other stuff, does good on earnings. Definitely more stable stock to get into. Yes, we are on a downward trend, but long term we are on an upward trend. So that's good to see as well. But now another thing here too is Johnson & Johnson. Johnson & Johnson's actually performing pretty well during this whole thing. There's some resistance here at around 150 to 158. There's some support all the way down here that is continuing to move up. This 200 moving average line is acting as support. So what I would highly recommend doing is going ahead and setting some alerts so you guys get notified if this stock falls down there. The reason why is because that's going to be one of the best entries you guys can get when this stock falls. Right now at $130 would be the best time to buy. It's going to make it undervalued. It's going to make a lot of upward potential here. Now the next one here is ticker symbol MRNA. The stock is working on the COVID vaccine as well. You guys can see with this whole recession we're in, a lot of companies like the S&P 500 has been just getting slammed. But if you're in the right stocks, look at this growth for it. Right now, yes, we are on a little bit of a downward trend. I do think for a breakout here, we're going to need a break of around $67. And then it's going to have some resistance here at around 87. Definitely some potential with this one, but these are all companies to keep on watch. I am not telling you guys to go out and buy them because, like I said before, it's extremely risky. Now, the last and final one here is ticker symbol SNY. This company is working for a COVID vaccine as well. There's a lot of competition in that field right now because a lot of people and a lot of companies understand if they find the overall vaccine, it's going to make the company worth a lot. There's a couple other ones. Yield Sciences is working on it, but I do think that stock is overvalued right now, so I didn't put it on the list. But there's definitely a lot of long-term potential with all these, so I would highly recommend just setting a watch list, keeping an eye on some of these, once a week or so you guys can get a good understanding of, what companies are doing what with this vaccine. Number 2, always keep an eye on the news. News is extremely important because if that say, this company right here releases something about the COVID vaccine, if you guys can get in on it early, it's going to be a perfect opportunity to make some money. So that's the biggest thing about all of these is you got to keep an eye on it, and you got to keep an eye on some news, guys. So that is it, though. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you guys did, make sure you guys smash the like button. We'll see you guys tomorrow in another episode. Remember to stay happy, stay positive, and overall stay safe out there. We'll see you guys tomorrow, guys. Take care. Bam!